Dynamic, articulate, perceptive, courageous, outspoken.
Welcome back to the dojo, y'all. I'm prepared today. I got my water. We got another reaction for you all. Gen Z is crashing out. This video is on Ty Buggy Podcast channel. Saw the title and I wanted to know more. Gen Z is crashing out. Why y'all crashing out, homie? What's going on, Gen Z? What y'all going through, man? I mean, millennials, we going through it too, but I think y'all might have a shorter end of the stick because y'all came in the game a little bit later and things is ramping up. The difficulty setting of this video game is going to extreme. But without further ado, let's check these brothers out. Maybe a couple sisters, a couple ladies got something to say. We want to see why millennials and Gen Z are depressed. Okay, let's see.
You want to know why it seems like millennials and Gen Z are just the most depressed generations ever? It's because we are. But there's a real reason for that.
I'm seeing Gen Z talk about life lately, and honestly, I feel it in my chest, bruh. I feel it.
Gen Zs, y'all be lazy. I feel like they...
I don't know where she come off with that Gen Z is lazy, man. You need to leave that alone. Like, she probably one of the laziest people in the world. You got money off social media. Like, all you really doing is talking or acting for the camera. Like, you ain't doing no physical labor. You probably one of the laziest chicks out there in the world. And you don't wash your ass. So I ain't even trying to hear that.
They be lazy and they want things handed to them because they are so used to microwave culture.
This woman, bro. You can't.
I know you're probably tired of people telling you to be a business owner and run your own business and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you there's definitely benefits of working a 9-to-5, such as like insurance, like healthcare. Like, you really don't know how important healthcare is until you have a health scare, or just the stability of having a consistent check coming in from a 9-to-5 can save you a lot of headache. Because as a business owner, you have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. Now, while there are benefits to the 9-to-5, a lot of people are saying that the 9-to-5 is starting to feel like a trap. Life is feeling like a finesse, and
man, a 9-to-5 always was a trap. It's just that back in the day, they didn't have nothing else, so it felt like a blessing. You know what I mean? You got a way to keep money coming in. You know what I mean? You can take care of your responsibilities. You can take care of your family, pay all your bills. You know, the cost of living wasn't that crazy back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It wasn't until really like the 90s when things started to become unaffordable, and the wealth gap became immense. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you ain't got no money coming in, a 9-to-5 is the best option, and somebody gotta give you a chance for that. So I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like, it's just that these days you got more options for earning a living, but it's still gonna be the same type of deal. Like, people gotta want to see you win for you to make it on YouTube or social media. You know what I mean? That's like the only other out now. But it's a way that a lot of people have taken it. And I think that the more people make it, the harder it's going to be for anybody else to come up behind them. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it feel like a trap, but this all some people got, man. Everybody not talented enough to be a social media creator, because it takes a lot of time and effort that you have to put in order to make it, unless the quality of your stuff is just top notch. You know what I mean? And that's not everybody. So let's keep listening.
Gen Z cannot take it anymore. Check this out.
I'm seeing Gen Z talk about life lately, and honestly, I feel it in my chest, bruh. I feel it. Especially the 2000 babies. I am seeing it. Asking, what's the point? What's the point? What are we working towards? Why are we working nonstop just to barely get by? I feel it. It's heavy. And I'm scrolling through the comments and everybody's saying the same thing. You know, I'm tired. I feel this sense of doom. Nothing feels real anymore. Not just talk, right? It's not just talk. It's a collective heaviness. And I'm 27, right? I'm an older Gen Z, but still Gen Z nonetheless. And I felt this in high school, right? The idea of working a 9 to 5 and then coming home and just entertaining yourself and then repeating the next day. Back then, it was already something in my spirit rejecting that. And now, more and more of us are waking up and asking, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? The American dream ain't a dream no more. The American dream is dead. It's survival. It's exhaustion.
Well, I mean, George Carlin may be before your time. He was before mine as well. But George Carlin, he tried to warn us, it's a big club and you ain't in it. All you gotta do is type in George Carlin, big club, you ain't in it on YouTube, and you're gonna see the excerpt, or should I say, the statement he made in one of his stand-up comedy specials. Like, I believe it was a stand-up comedy special, because George Carlin was a comedian, but he talked about real shit all the time. You know what I mean? He talked about real shit all the time. And there's a lot of things he said, but the big club and you ain't in it is one of the most profound, most lasting things that he said that resonated with people so far and wide. You know what I mean? I could, let me see. I'm going to pull it up for y'all. George Carlin, big club, you ain't in it. I'm going to pull it up right now. GorgeCarlin, George Carlin, big club. Big club right there, see? Right here. It's a big club and you ain't in it. It's 4.5 minutes long. The second one right there. So I just showed you right here that you can find it easy. All you gotta do is type in George Carlin Big Club. But we're gonna get back to the video. I just wanted y'all to know how easy it was to find that statement.
It's wild because millennials feel it. Gen Alpha, they're picking it up. And the boomers, they ain't really talk about it. But now everything's coming to the surface. People are thinking about leaving the country. I don't blame them. I've been having those thoughts myself. Living where life doesn't cost your soul. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's deep. Living where life doesn't cost your soul, man. So basically, we all selling our souls just to survive. I can feel that, bro. I definitely can feel that, young man.
Credit doesn't rule you, where you don't have to work yourself into a grave just to live decently. You know, and we're up against a lot in this system, right? Let's be honest. Like AI taking jobs, people are already having trouble finding work. Job market.
That's real, because I'm going through it right now myself. I'm waiting on a call back, and nobody giving me a call. I gotta keep going out there and searching and looking high and low. I'm not in a place where I can make money off my YouTube yet. We not there yet. It's gonna take some time. It's probably gonna take another year and some change, but we fighting for it, man. We definitely fighting for it.
Market ain't good right now. You know what I'm saying? People's benefits getting cut. People in chaos right now. People really going through it, bro. Like I talk to people generally, heart to heart. People are going through it. You know, don't believe everything you seeing. You know, not everyone's out here living the glamorous influencer life. You know, you might be doing well if you rich and you live in that life, okay. But for the majority of us, it's not like that. You know, on top of the political chaos, the talks of war, you know what I'm saying, pandemics and all that. It's a lot. See, I was in the middle of Costco the other day, and I got stopped by a lady. She looked like she was an older millennial, and she was asking me about the rice in my cart. And next thing you know, she's like, I don't even really know what to eat anymore. You know, because it seems like everything here we're being poisoned here in America. The artificial dye.
That's so factual. This young man, he's on his stuff. He know what's up, man. He's tapped in. He is well aware of the situation and the crises that Americans are facing nowadays. It ain't just Gen Z. It's all of us. We all in this shit together. It's just that the boomers, they in a better way because they had time to stack money up and they been in their jobs for a while, so they got job security. Like, they in a better position. We just the ones that got the short end of the stick, Gen Z and millennials. We the ones that got the short end of the stick because we had to figure it out while things was falling apart. Understand that. We had to figure it out while things was falling apart. So, we still trying to figure it out. We ain't got it yet.
And the preservatives, and we're in the middle of Costco talking about it. We confused about what to buy. We don't know what to get because it seems like everything's just slowly killing us, getting us sick and having to go get medical bills that are expensive on top of everything else. We are grieving systems that we never asked for. And then we're just expected to keep going like everything's just fine. I mean, even relationships ain't the same no more. Like, relationships, bro. The internet done shifted everything. It's like nobody's really healing. Everyone's just surviving. I'm 27 and it's hard to even imagine what my 30s are gonna look like. But I do know this. I'm not a pessimistic person, right? I'm a very positive soul. If you know me and you speak to me, you know I like speaking life into people. But when I take an objective look at just what we're dealing with in these systems filled with fear, it is chaos. It is a lot, right? When you really get into it. We're not crazy. We're not crazy. We're just awake.
Wow, a lot of relatable things that guy just said. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people watching this video that probably feel similar to how he feels. And I was reading the comments and it really had me thinking. Like this comment right here, it says, the new American dream is to leave this place. In other words, to leave America. Or even this comment, food makes us sick, the medicine makes us sicker, internet made everybody accessible and make it easier to cheat, make it easier and easier to cheat. Nobody has morals, loyalty, nothing no more. It's a dog eat dog world. Just to go.
That's all facts, bro. That's all facts. And that plays a part on the mental health of people nowadays because it's like, who can you trust? Who can you trust? You can't trust any. You can't even trust the food that you eat, and you can't trust the person laying next to you. You can't trust your friends. It's hard to trust your family. Like, bro, who can you trust? And then it makes you spiral out of control and lose your damn mind because it's like, where can I go? The only place you can always go is to God. And a lot of people nowadays are starting not to believe in God because it's harder to find him throughout all the chaos that the young man just spoke about, bro. I understand it, and I feel exactly what he was saying, man. Like, it resonated with me. I felt everything he said, man.
Back to the comment that says the new American dream is to leave this place. As a family man, I do think about this a lot. I have conversations with people that I know, like, how would y'all feel about leaving the country? Like, and I say that because I see the way the country is going, and I'm like, okay, am I gonna sit around and watch it burn, or am I gonna sit around and watch things get worse, or am I gonna find an exit? Am I gonna find, like, you know, just backup plans outside of here? Especially as a man with kids, young kids. Because as a businessman, I understand America from a business point of view, from a business aspect. I also understand from a consumer aspect. America is not built off of comfort for the people. It is built off of business. It's not built off of comfort for the people. It's built off of cheap labor and taking the money back. If you don't believe me, look at all of the things that we are taxed for in America.
Taxes are high.
We are getting taxed with income tax. We're getting taxed with sales tax. We're getting taxed with property tax. We're getting taxed with motor vehicle tax. We're getting taxed with...
I'm sure there's an air tax.
Bro, there's a tax for everything you could... Like, every aspect of life, even the money, even after you've got taxed, your taxed money is being taxed in so many different areas, right? Apparently there's a death tax that happens, right?
You can't even die for free.
You can't even die.
Honestly, I think it's truly sad that this is where America is right now. And this is the reality that most of us are living in. And by the looks of politics, it looked like things are only going to get worse. Like, I believe a lot of people in America have this thought that things are going to come back down and things are going to get a lot cheaper. The way I see it is the people that's at the top that are making the money, I don't think they're going to adjust the prices because they've still been able to make money. It's not like people are now not buying groceries. It's not like people aren't still looking and searching for houses. So to them, it's like, why lower the price if the people are still going to buy the stuff? The sad reality is the people at the top are not going to pivot because something is hurting you but benefiting them. That's just how it is. And that's what people mean when they say it's a dog eat dog world. And it shouldn't be like that, but that is how it is. One of the easiest examples that the person at the top really does not care about us is the medicine, the pharmaceutical companies. Like, why are we being given medicine that is going to hook us onto a drug but never really cure or fix the thing that we initially came to the doctors for?
Because it's big business, my brother. You can earn more money by treating a sickness as opposed to curing it. The treatment is what really costs. The cure, they gonna hide that from you. That's why there's never been no cure for cancer. There's never been no cure for AIDS. There's never been no cure for these STDs out here. Because The treatment costs. You got to keep buying and keep buying to treat it. That's what it's about. We want to get you hooked on it. We want to get you to constantly buy this. It's like, that's really the pharmacy tax. That's the pharmacy tax. Instead of curing your ailment, we'll just treat it. We'll just make it lesser, make it less impactful on you by buying this $200, $300, $400, $500 medication. That's what's going on, y'all. If you ain't realize it, your health is really wealth, because they will tax you to your grave trying to treat an ailment instead of curing it. It's all about big business, baby. It's all about big business in America.
But instead, you're prescribing me a medicine I gotta take for the rest of my life. And if I don't take it, I'm gonna become even sicker than when I first came to you. So you force me to subscribe to a drug that you're gonna keep on taxing me for, but you're not gonna charge me directly. You're gonna charge my insurance, something I can't see. Like, if these companies really care about us, if the people that was over all of this really cared about us, why wouldn't they just heal the sick? Like, have you ever seen how much it costs to go to the doctor? Like, I mean, have you ever had to pay out of pocket for a doctor's visit? I feel like the way America treats the sick or the dead is one of the most obvious signs that this is all a business and we're just pieces on the board being moved around. But this is one of the best realizations that you could come to as well, that nobody is coming to save you. Things may not get better. So what can you do?
Gen Zs, y'all be lazy. I feel like they be lazy and they want things handed to them because they are so used to microwave culture.
Now, wait a motherfucking minute. Let's not forget that y'all are the generation that Gen Z watched lay on y'all mother's, grandmother's, grandpa's couch and got fussed at for not having a job. Y'all talking like y'all have the fucking blueprint. Y'all just not getting off y'all motherfucking ass. If y'all had the blueprint, we wouldn't have to be doing half of the that we doing right now. Y'all supposed to make it easier for the next generation, but y'all spent y'all lives enjoying life. So now y'all are in y'all late 30s, early 40s, doing the same thing that we motherfucking doing. Now we picking up the crumbs to the cake y'all motherfucking ate. You might be seeing a lot of Gen Z and you viewing them as lazy, but most of the time we not fucking lazy. We are fucking tired. All this y'all said that y'all done back in the day, we can try to do that right now, and it's gonna be 10 times as fucking hard. I am out here working 24/7. I done live like 7 fucking lives. You gotta damn near kill yourself just to get by in society today. Gen Z is the reason that a lot of today happening is fucking happening, because you just had a voice a long time ago and y'all still didn't use it. But now Gen Z talking, they disrespectful. But then when some good happened, Gen Z, they know they can open up their mouth and So like what is it? Y'all motherfuckers are the ones that been stuck in y'all ways for years and years and years. Half of the millennials are still living the same life that they've been living since they was 17 to 25 years old. So who's lazy? I'm aggravated. I love you, B. Simone, but what you said, I didn't like.
Gen Zs, y'all be lazy. I feel like they be lazy and they want...
I think most of us in the workforce have a bone to pick with Gen Z.
I don't understand what's all the hate for Gen Z, bro. I'm a millennial. I don't understand all the hate for Gen Z. Why do y'all hate them so much? Like, bro, they got a short end of the stick. They trying to figure it out. And I applaud them for trying to figure it out, because it don't look like there's nothing to be figured out. The game is rigged. And they still waking up every day trying to do their best, man. Like, why is y'all hating on Gen Z? They didn't do nothing to y'all. They trying to figure it out, just like how we was trying to figure it out. Like, we damn near gave up, and then we saw a silver lining when YouTube and Facebook and social media came out and people was able to make a way. People was able to promote their business. People was able to reach more people. People was able to network bigger. You know what I mean? That's what happened. It was a couple people who figured out what was going on, got on the wave, made a life for themselves, and then everybody else was just watching on the sidelines. Oh, we can make it like that? All right, sure. I just sit on my butt and play video games and make... No, yo. You got to understand, this is a business. People trying to make it, man. People are trying to make it. And the more people are trying to make it, they're exhausting every option they have until they left with just one or two. And that's the only way out, bro. Either a job or you touch the people, you get in, I mean, you start networking online and people start upping your numbers, man. Because they like what you're saying or they like what you're doing. Man, let me hear what this guy talking about. He talking about he got a bone to pick.
I think most of us in the workforce have a bone to pick with Gen Z. This app, and several others, where it's Instagram, YouTube, whatever, is full of people posting videos of them just leaving in the middle of the shift without telling anyone, or just saying, well, I'm just never going to show up to work again. I don't like it. On behalf of all of your coworkers, get fucked. Listen, I get if a job isn't for you. If it's not something you enjoy, maybe you don't enjoy your boss, maybe it's a toxic workplace, or maybe it's just a job field you're finding out you don't like. That's fine. Tell somebody. Say, hey, you know what? This isn't working out. I'm not coming back. Or give a 2 weeks notice. Something. But whatever you do, don't just fucking not show up. I've had a few jobs I didn't like. I've had some bosses I didn't like. At the same time, I may not have liked them, but I would still at least give notice before I left. And I understand things have changed. Not everyone's giving a 2 week notice. You don't have to give a 2 week fucking notice. You just have to give a notice.
You want to know why it seems like millennials and Gen Z are just the most depressed generations ever? It's because we are. But there's a real reason for that. Millennials and Gen Z are honestly the first two generations to see the bullshit for what it was.
And I'm glad this brother putting us together, millennials and Gen Z, because we both basically had the same starting point. We just got started a little bit earlier, bro. Like 7 to 10 years earlier. That's it, bro. That's the only thing that separates us from Gen Z, like 7 to 10 years. Something like that. You know what I mean? But I want to hear what this brother talking about.
And not only that, we're the first two generations to actually speak out against the bullshit. Like me, for example, I'm a millennial. I'm a younger millennial. I was born in 1991, which essentially is just 6 years before Gen Z. We were the generation that were told by our Gen X and Boomer parents that if you go to college, get a degree, you graduate, you get a good job, that's all you gotta do, right?
And that's facts, and I'm glad that he's putting it out there. I'm glad he's putting it out there. I'm glad he's alleviating the BS because, man, as a millennial, I was born around the same time he talking about, bro. I was born around the same time he talking about, and we did call the bullshit out. We was like, bro, I don't want to work for a system where I'm never gonna ever get ahead. I'm always gonna be just spinning my wheels, barely able to pay rent, barely able to buy groceries, barely able to do anything, barely able to have fun because you need a release out here with all this chaos going on, man. Like, I'm glad this brother put us all together because we all in the same situation. If you wasn't established by what? The 2000s, bro, you in a bad way, bro. And that was 25 years ago. I was still in school 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't established by 2000, bro, it all went downhill because the housing market crash of 2008, it was like the beginning of the end. 2001 with September 11, that's when our privacy started getting taken away from. That's when they really started cramping. That's when they really started clamping down on everything. Everything. That's when taxes started to rise. Man, that's when everything went to shit. 2000, the end of the world as we know it. Y2K. That's when it started to go down, bro. That's when it started to go down. So y'all was born right in the middle of the bullshit. Right when it started to go down.
So we said, all right, cool. We went to college. We got our degrees and we started to graduate in the late 2000s and early 2010s. And those degrees didn't mean a damn thing. As a result, we looked at our Boomer and Gen X parents like, why the fuck did you lie to us like that? It's not their fault. They technically didn't lie to us because the reality of when they were growing up, yes, degrees actually mattered. In fact, a lot of our parents got turned down for jobs because they didn't have degrees. They just didn't know that the world would change right as they were telling us that. Bro, we are really the transitional guinea pig generation. Like when I was born, VHS and cassette tapes were popular. But when I graduated college, we had already started to transition into fully digital media libraries. Literally everything ended and began with my generation. Millennials grew up with so many promises that we all thought we were going to be straight if we just followed the formula. That was never the case, bro. So now, here we are in our early 30s, mid 30s, late, some of us even in our early 40s now, still on own homes, still in apartments, still kind of just winging it in life. And it's even crazier is the fact that the government still sees millennials as children. Not realizing
that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. They made it like this, bro. We can't get ahead. We can't get a house. Bro, we not earning enough money, bro. There's not enough jobs that's paying real money, bro. Like back in the day, in the no, I ain't going to take it that far back. Like in the late 70s and early 80s, like you could work on a dock. You could work at a car manufacturer place. Like they have shipped all those good paying jobs overseas for cheap labor, bro. Before we became adults, all the high paying jobs that you could work in a job for the rest of your life and earn a living have been shipped overseas, bro. It's not over here no more, bro. You don't really see nothing you buy says made in America. Almost nothing you buy today says made in America. And that's what I'm talking about. We not manufacturing stuff over here no more. We just outsourcing stuff and buying cheap labor from overseas.
That the oldest millennial is in their fucking 40s, bro. We're depressed because we're in a stagnant state. You know what I'm saying? We have not been able to grow. Most millennials' lives honestly have not changed over the last 10 years. You might make a little more money than you did back in 2014, but your living circumstances and all that kind of shit, most likely, it ain't really changed much. Still live in an apartment. You either got the credit score for a house, but you don't got the income, or you got the income, but you don't got the credit. And then with the interest rates being so crazy, it's honestly cheaper to rent a house than it is to buy one. Not to mention that millennials and Gen Z are the generations that just been bombarded with information for our entire lives. Like, yes, awareness is good, but listen, man, too much of anything is a bad thing, and too much awareness definitely takes a toll on your mental health, man.
He is so correct, bro. He is so correct. It'll literally break your mind when you realize how bad we've been getting effed. When you realize how hard we've been getting bent over and spanked in life. Like, bro, it really does mess with your mind, bro. It really does. That's why depression, suicidal tendencies, all that stuff is at an all-time high right now because nobody sees a way out. How are we gonna make it? There is no way, bro. Does the system need to collapse before we find out a new way? Like, what's gonna happen, yo? What's going to happen? None of us know what's on the horizon or how long we really got, bro. No, nobody really knows.
Like everyday war, genocide, famine, gas prices, interest rates, job market. We know too much. It's overwhelming. Everything's expensive now. When I was in college, I used to go to McDonald's and get a McDouble, a McChicken, a large fry, and a sweet tea for $5.35. I put that same meal in my McDonald's app cart the other day. That motherfucker was $12. And our parents had the audacity to ask us, did we have McDonald's money back in the day? Motherfucker, you mean $4? So yeah, man, if it seems like millennials and Gen Z are just the most depressed and cynical ass generations, it's because we are. For a lot of valid ass reasons. None of us know what the hell going on. We just out here winging.
The direction that you choose in life, the things you choose to do, and the things you choose not to do. At this point, it's life or death. Whether that's eating healthier so you can avoid the drugs that the doctors are going to try to give you, or maybe even stepping out of the American dream and really pursuing the dream that you've created for yourself. Or if you ever had an idea in the back of your mind how you can elevate yourself to the next level to possibly escape the trap or the maze that the people at the top are trying to put you in, this is the time to take that serious. Like Eric Thomas once said it perfectly. When you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And right now, we're being suffocated by our government. So metaphorically, we can't breathe, which is why you need to start taking action. I don't believe any man should look down the street and say, oh my gosh, there's danger down the street, and just continues to walk down that street with no strategy of how he's going to survive that danger. And to some of y'all, this is not even new stuff to you. You know the problems with the healthcare system. You know the problems with the education system. You know how bad the job market is and that they're not hiring nobody. You know that most of the foods that we eat is just pushing us closer and closer to a tombstone. Most people know these things, but instead of making some type of change or some type of strategy, pen to paper, they're going to improve their situation. They rather complain about it. Now, I don't know you personally. I don't know your exact situation. I do know that ChatGPT is free.
Yeah.
And while everybody is scared of AI, you'll learn how to use AI as a tool to possibly get you out of the situation that you're in. Ask ChatGPT right now, how do I escape this rat race? This is how much I make. This is my credit score. This is how much debt I have. Help me clean this up. I want to be at this point next year. Okay, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, give me a full day-to-day breakdown. Give me a month-to-month breakdown. You can ask ChatGPT all of these things, but you know what people rather do? They rather sit in their comfort. After work, they go to sleep. They're too tired, or they go celebrate or something, and then they get back to work with no changes, and all these years are gonna pass by, and then they look up and be like, damn, the system did me dirty. Time waits for no man. You gotta make your decisions now. What you gonna do with you and your family? That's up to you. Are you going to leave the country? Are you going to start doing research on how it looks out the country? You're going to start traveling more? But whatever you're going to do, you need to start curating your life, guide you down that path. Do not just let the system, the government, the foods, jobs decide what your future is going to look like. So the last thing I'm going to say is, look, man, it sucks. All right? It does. It sucks. It sucks the way things are. It does. But what are you going to do? Are you going to lay down and keep playing that game? Or will you create your own game while the rest of the world complains about it? It's a sad reality that some people have to live in, but it is reality. But it's all a mentality. So what side are you sleeping on tonight? But anyways, y'all, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, turn on my post notifications and all that good stuff.
I'm absolutely going to hit the like button for my brother. I'm like number 413. Number 413, he posted this 11 hours ago. That's what it say. At least he got over 7K views, almost 8,000 views. So people seeing this, people understand, man. Like, all I know is we in a bad way, bro. The chips is stacked against us. And if you don't start fighting for your future now, bro, you cannot be mad when you wake up 10 years later and you ain't got nothing to show for it. I'm starting now. I started my YouTube page 10 years ago, but I'm just now getting serious about it. I'm starting to see growth. That's why I'm doing this every day, because I'm trying to make a better way for myself. I can't depend on the system to get me right. I got to get myself right. And that's what I'm doing with this YouTube page, man. If you got an opportunity to make a YouTube page or whatever, you might as well get started now, man. I'm doing reactionary content. This has been like my breakout content. This is the best thing I've done, because I guess people understand what's going on. People like to hear my perspective, and I'm going to keep on giving it, bro. I'm going to keep on giving it because I've been getting a lot of views and a lot of likes on my stuff. So I'm going to just keep going until I can't go no more. Well, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this. Professor Hawk signing out. Hawk Sensei bids you adieu. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, guys. Toodaloo.